Wafting toward me were creatures small enough to fit in the palm of my hand. With this particular type of thing, I didn't have to wonder if they were human or not. They had pointed ears, translucent bodies, and a pair of shimmering wings on their back. Even before I stepped foot in this world, they were how I always imagined. Fairies?
そうよ。不思議なお客さん。
Hmm?
変わった格好をしているわね。どこの子なのかしら。
If there are any fairies, oh my god. If there are any fairies here, then this really has to be Medio. Oh, thank God. At the very least, it seemed like I evaded the worst possible outcome of being completely lost in another world. I was so relieved to see anyone, that I collapsed and sat on the ground.
急に顔を隠してどうしたの？目が痛いの？
Do my eyes hurt? Do y'all not know the concept of crying? Your eyes are closed or whatever.
それにあなた、なんだか悲しそうだわ。
The fairies questioned me, landing on my shoulders and curiously poking at my cheeks. They were engrossed in their curiosity. I didn't detect a hint of caution from them. I could speak to them without reservation. Once you enter another world, you'll be able to speak its language, and the people will be able to understand you. Mizir wasn't kidding. Trying to resist the tickling sensation from the hands of these girls, I managed to open my mouth and say something. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm okay. I was just so relieved.
安心？よくわからないわ。ええ、よくわからない。
Oh my god, somebody come get me. Oh, well, I got separated from my friends who came here with me. I was trying to find them when...
仲間？それは私たちも知ってる妖精？
Oh, I see. Maybe these two don't understand that I'm a human, or whatever a human is. Well, I came here from another world, through a gate. My, species is human, but do you know what that is?
人間？ああ、私知っているわ。石と鉄の世界でしょ？
Yeah, if you want to think about it like that.
女王様が見てみたいって話していたのを聞いたことがあるわ。
The queen? I wonder who that is. That is me, darling. Queen MidMorningSol.
それじゃあ、あなたは異界からのお客さんなのね。
Yes, I am.
メディオへようこそ。きっと好きになってもらえるわ。おいでおいで、異界のお嬢さん。私たちと一緒に遊びましょう。
I kind of want to find everyone before we talk about some playing.
そうよ。とっても楽しい遊び場があるの。特別にあなたを連れて行ってあげるわ。
Play? I'm searching for my friends, so no.
さあ、行きましょう。行きましょう。
Girl, y'all don't take no for an answer. Wait. Their little hands pull vigorously at my fingers. What should I do about these two? They're not listening to me, really. They're like children, just talking about whatever they want. I think if I tried to shake them off me, they might get hurt considering the size of my hand against their small bodies. All I could do was follow the fairies, as I was being pulled along. Okay. What finally came into my view was crystalline water falling from so high up the sound was almost violent. Waterfall is an understatement. It's a giant endless cascade of water.
綺麗でしょ気持ちいいでしょ
Yeah, as long as I don't fall off.
私たちのお気に入りなのみんな大好きな場所なのよ
The wind sputters the water spray everywhere. With the water spraying about without end, a large rainbow was drawn across the sky. Taken in by the marvelous, fantastic scene, I stepped forward to take a closer look. Girl! When I finally came back to my senses, that's right, I'm still lost. I need to find everyone else before I can begin to enjoy how lovely all of this is. This place is really wonderful, but I have to find I appealed to the fairies, floating gently in the air, or at least I tried.
さあそれじゃ異界のお嬢さんあなたも飛びましょう
What? Huh? I was nudged gently from behind. Damn, they strong. Without a moment to ask a question, my body was thrusted up into the air. I looked down and see the bottomless basin of the waterfall rushing closer, ready to swallow me whole. Them fucking fairies. I was pushed off. I was fully enveloped in terror before beginning to understand what was happening. Let me read that again. I was fully enveloped in terror before being able to understand that was what happened. Oh my god, that no I just got a glimpse of that sound. Huh? What? No. Just no, not no! At this rate, I'll die.
Kotone!
Oh, you're here! Within the thick spray of mist, I was able to see that black suit of armor clearly. The figure that was unmistakably a knight reached his arms out and pulled me in. Come!
遅れてすまぬ。ゆっくりと謝りたいところだが、今はこの状況を切り抜けるのが先決だ。
Kill them devil fairies or whatever. them demons in fairies clothing that killed me or almost killed me. Get out! The lake is already.
少し手荒な真似をする。絶対に我の腕を離すな。
As the water began to take over my entire span of vision, I latched myself to his body. Carrying my waist firmly with a single arm, he used his other free hand to climb up back. What? Okay, I don't know what he's doing. To unsheath the giant sword and thrust it into the cliff closest to us. My body was subjected to a violent jolt, but the speed we were falling was slowing. Whoa.
あとは息を止めて我に任せろ。Kotone, 無事か?
I'm fine. I guess. I think so. I didn't hit the water too hard thanks to your protection. Taking me by the hand, Kana guides me to the shore. My clothes were drenched, and I began to wring them out. I take a look around. It's still pretty. I can't believe a shoreline like this existed around that basin. It was a beautiful sight, but I couldn't give myself a moment to take in its splendor when the giant waterfall almost killed me. Kanas, are you okay? Are you hurt at all?
問題ない。あの程度でどうにかなるほど、やわな鍛え方はしていない。
I see. That's comforting, at least. Thank you for saving me. After giving my late thanks, Kanas' flame in his neck turned into a color of discomfort.
いや、同胞の無礼を謝罪こそすれ。礼を言われることは。
Yeah, let's put a fly swatter to those gnats. That they call themselves fairies. Fuck them. Compatriots? Just then. Give me that sword so I can, like, swat they behind. From within the spray of the waterfall, two tiny figures come dancing toward us. Kill them! The fairies who had pushed me off into the waterfall had smiles on their faces. Even now, as we meet again, they seem like such children.
どうだった？とっても気持ちよかったでしょ？
Come here and I'll show you how good it really felt.
そして綺麗だったでしょ？きっと喜んでくれると思ったの。
Not as much as I would love to rip you two in half. What? I should have known that they didn't actually care about my response despite asking me. But more than that...
でも残念。カヌスエスパーダが来ちゃったわ。とっても怖い妖精。だから続きはまた今度。
Making sure not to look toward Kanas, they continue to pay attention only to me.
それじゃあお嬢さん、また会えたら遊びましょうね。
Yeah, go to hell. You tried to kill me, go to hell. No, there's no playtime. I will kill you.
今度は別の場所に行きましょう。私たちが案内してあげるから。
Yeah, attempted murder. So funny. They laughed and snickered as they flew off, disappearing shortly after. I turned to Kanas, expressing my bewilderment. With his hand to his helmet, it seemed like he was about to have a headache. Good thing he doesn't have a head.
本当にあなたに対して悪意など持っていなくてな。
Oh, sweetheart, it's okay. I still want to kill them, but you kind of made it to where I would kill them quickly instead of slowly.
純粋にあなたを喜ばせようと、ただ遊んでいるだけのつもりだったのだ。
Okay. That was play?
精神が幼い妖精たちは人間の脆さをろくに知らない。いや、それ以前に自由気ままな性分なのでな。自分がしたいことにしか興味がないのだ。そして好きに遊んだ結果、それが何を引き起こすか考えもせず気にも留めない。
Oh, I see. They're children. They're kids who just want to play. That don't make it any better. Fuck that. Considering how strong they were, having that kind of innocence is terrifying. What the hell? They might have left out a word. A shiver ran down my spine as I imagined what might have happened if Kanas hadn't come. After spending a few minutes with Kanas, the old group I was so desperate to find finally gathered.
カヌスがいきなり駆け出した時は何事かと思ったけど、君が無事でよかったよ。
イグニス、もう少し炎を強めては彼女の体が冷えてしまいます。俺は焚き火代わりが。まあ今回は特別だ。とっとと服乾かせ。
Okay, thanks. I bring my body closer to the fire that Ignis made, at a safe distance, of course. I guess this is another sort of strange power of non-humans. My My soaking clothes slowly began to dry with the help of his flame.
けど本当によかった。君がいないって気づいた時、僕は心臓が止まるかと思ったよ。
Ooh, no, I don't want that for you. I'm sorry to make you worry, Mr. Rindo, and everyone. By the way, did you all come out of the same place?
我が普段から使っているゲートの前
Where the hell
に無
did
事
I
集ま
go?
っていた。
So if everyone else got through the gate normally except for me, so me being separated like that isn't something that normally happens. I heard a strange noise when I went through and I felt as if I were being pulled away.
ですか。
詳しく聞かせてくれる？
It was like bzz, 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 I don't know. From when I stepped foot into the gate until I was thrown out into the fairy world, everyone listened with serious expressions on their faces as I explained what happened.
妙だな。ゲートは幾度も利用しているが、今までそんな現象が起きた覚えはない。
俺もねえな。妖精界は接続が不安定とかそういう話じゃねえのか。
まさかそのような危険があればとっくに皆へ話している。GPM でも報告例がない現象だね。
彼女が人間だからでしょうか。
But then it would have been me and Rindo flung off to the side.
それも考えづらいね。だってそれなら普段から異世界探索を仕事にしてるうちの調査班は今頃行方不明者だらけだよ。
And that too. Mizir, do you know why this might have happened?
いや、俺にもわからないけど、一つ言えるのは、今後もし君が通ることがあれば、気をつけた方がいいってことだね。誰かと手をつないで入るとか、警戒するに越したことはないと思う。
Right. At the end of our conversation, we were no closer to knowing what was the cause. The eerie noise, that terrifying sensation of being pulled away somewhere. I didn't want to feel that again.
にしても、お前といい俺らといい、こっちに来てから災難続きだな。
Huh? Did something happen with you all too?
ああ、お前ほどの不運じゃねえけどよ。
どうもイグニスや私はこちらの世界では本来の力が出せないようでして。
Huh? Once he finished, I looked over at Il and Ignis. It didn't seem like there was much different with Il, however... Huh? Ignis, is it me, or is the flame around your body weaker? Ignis gave me a disgruntled frown as I made my observation known.
異世界同士の交流。僕も報告書では見たことがあったんだけど、どうも人外たちが自分の故郷以外の異世界に来ると若干弱体化しちゃうみたいなんだ。
Whoa, really? I glanced towards Mizir.
あははは、俺は例外、影響ゼロ。
Of course, he's like, I don't know what them weaklings are on about. I'm perfectly normal.
世界の垣根すら超える最強チートな魔王様ってね、どんな世界も楽勝で壊滅だぞ。
His voice is giving me that nan nan and boo boo. He's giving me that attitude.
僕としては君に一番おとなしくなってほしかったよ。
あはは。
また当然ながらメディオを故郷とする我は従前の力を発揮することができる。
Canis moves his body, producing the tough, steadfast sounds of a mighty suit of armor.
本来ならば我の足の速さはイグニスに劣るのだが、速攻で置いてかれたぜ。くそ、こんなんじゃ喧嘩売られても思う存分暴れられねえじゃねえか。
I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel all sorts of the same way when we get to your world. So no worries, you can show off for me later. I feel like you shouldn't be visiting other worlds trying to fight people, okay? But it made sense to me. It's why Canis was the one who was able to rush over to me first.
私は少々飛びづらくなった程度ですので、そこまで不便はしていませんが、やはり原因は世界を構成する物質や循環エネルギーが異なるせいでしょうね。
Huh? I tilted my head in response to the odd choice of words that came from Ill. Canis and Mizir followed up with some more information to clarify.
俺たちのアスモディアでいうところの魔力かな。マナとも呼ばれるけど、わかる？
Magic power. The power source for demon magic. It is also It is also known as mana and aether. Oh yeah, that's what people in games and stuff use as a source of power for spells, right? Sound like I was saying powerful spells.
そうそう。魔界や魔族はその名の通り、魔力で世界やその身を構築するんだけど。
Interesting. So then, in that sense, I mean, well, in that sense, Canis shouldn't be affected when we go to Asmodia. If I'm thinking, you know.
メディオの場合、魔力とは違う別の力が世界を支えるエネルギーなんだよね。
Canis gives a single nod.
とはいえ、明確な故障はないがな。自然の恩恵がそのまま世界を安定させていると考えるべきか。ベスティアには多分んな小難しいもんなんて存在しねえぞ。特に意識したことねえけどよ。
であれば、イグニスの場合はエネルギーがある環境に不慣れなのでしょう。例えるのならば、濃密すぎる空気に参っているのでは？
ああ、そりゃあるかもな。ここに来てからずっと甘ったるい匂いがしてて、胸焼けしてるみてえなんだよな。
I see.
しかし例外的に人間界ではあまり能力が劣ることはない。不思議なものだ。
まあまあ、そのあたりの原因究明は置いといて、ちょっと真面目な話をしようか。
Now that my clothes had dried, Mr. Rindo began to speak with a stern voice.
琴音ちゃん、さっきは不運が重なったこともあるけど、異世界の危うさは理解できたでしょ。
Yeah, I suppose so.
比較的安全、そう言われるメディオだってこれなんだ。僕たち人間の常識は何一つ通じやしない。異世界を知るという意味なら、それを理解しただけでも十分じゃないかな。だからもうアンシャンテに帰らないかい。
Aw, but we just got here, and yeah, I nearly died, but we just got here. I want to see more.
危険な目に遭わせた身としては反論できん。あなたが望むのならばすぐに引き返す。
They all seemed to wait for my word, as I was seen as a victim in all that happened. No one spoke. It was silent. It was really a terrifying experience. If Conus hadn't made it in time, I honestly believe I could have died. Knowing I could run into more fairies like those two out in our travels. Just the thought. As beautiful as the scenery around me was, it was equally terrifying. Grandpa himself always stayed at Enchante. He never left to visit another world. Being the new owner of the cafe doesn't mean I need to visit my patron's world. And yet, I'm sorry. I was apologizing, but it wasn't for what had happened. I want to stay a little longer. Yay!
それまたどうして?
Motherfucker, I'm here. So we might as well stay for a little bit and Conus can show me more. That's why, like, what's the big deal? Well, if I leave right now, the trip will end with me thinking that Conus' homeworld is scary, and I just don't want that. Also, the only reason I had that experience was because I was alone. If everyone else stayed with me, I'm sure my impression of the place would change.
リンド、君が彼女と同じ感性を持つ人間だっていうのなら、友人の故郷を悪い思い出だけで埋めたくないって彼女の気持ちは理解できるんじゃない？
それに危険だったと言ってもやや高所から落下しかけただけでは？
いや、それだけではないが。
また先のような強制隔離では致し方ないのかもしれませんが、こうして我々が揃っている以上、彼女に危険が及ぶという事態は想定しづらいものだと判断します。
つまり箱入りが言いてえのは、俺たちが全員揃ってりゃ危険もクソもねえだろって話だ。カネス、お前だってそうだろ。自分がそばにいるなら同じような目には合わせねえだろ。
You swore to me, Conus. You swore to me.
ああ、当然だ。我がそばにいる限りは必ず守りきると保証しよう。
わあ、
Conus looks right at me as he speaks. Conus, thank you.
こちらこそ我が故郷を理解しようとしてくれて礼を言う。あなたが望むのならば引き続きこの世界を案内するとしよう。
Conus bows his head deeply in respect, with his whole body leaning forward. Putting his hand to his chest and giving his pledge, he was the perfect image of a loyal knight.
Ooh.
Eventually, Mr. Rindo was also persuaded to come along as well, so we would continue our journey in Medio. But we would first need to choose a meeting place in case we got separated again. We walked to Medio's gate, which I missed earlier since I was separated from the group. If our group gets split up again, I just need to come back to the spot. Knowing that makes me rest easy. Wow, there really is a gate here. It looked like a painting seeing the gate standing in the woods. I wasn't sure, but it almost looks like the one on Enchante. Actually, it looks exactly like it. Isn't ours brown though?
ファイルムにあるのも全く同じデザインですね。
ベスティアもだな。
I see. These gates connect us to other worlds. I understand how amazing they are now, having gone through one myself. It's still a mystery what they really were. What do I know? However, what I do know, however, is that they are very rare, such that only one exists in every alternate world. The gates of the worlds where the regulars come through all connect to Enchante. Yet gates in other worlds connect to places other than the human worlds, or so reports say from the GPM. Why there are several in the human world, yet only one in each alternate world? Also, why these gates in particular are fixed to only go to the human world? Investigations on this aren't inconclusive. The gates seem to be unknown to non-humans aside from Mizir and the group. Because of this, no other non-humans haven't used them. As I was contemplating these curious things, running through the reasonings, I overheard.
では、ここを起点とし、進むとしよう。
The hell? After deeming this the meeting spot, we set off. With Canis leading the way, we entered the forest once again. Wow, this area is so different from where I was. The spot I was in seemed much more level.
ってことはやっぱり俺たちとはかなり離れた場所に放り出されたんだね。
道理で琴音を探知するのに時間がかかったわけです。
皆、足元に気をつけてくれ。この辺りは道が細い。
Watching my steps after his warning, the eerie sound of wind getting sucked into the valley below battered at my ears. I'll be careful.
ま、仮に落ちても3回に1回は助けてやるよ。
You overestimate. I will not fall 3 times. I hope you'll save me the other 2 times too, please. I mean, I would say, shoot, you would only save me once, because I would not be falling no 3 times like an idiot. I'm sure if I even fall once, I'll be headed straight into the afterlife, though.
ああ、林道の場合は追加で有料な。
僕だけ冷遇しすぎじゃない？
I took a moment during our playful chatter to look at the scenery above me. Flower petals were dancing in the wind, seemingly full of life, grazing the branches. Wow, if it wasn't so dangerous, Medio would be such a serene and gorgeous place. as I was lost in thought, kinda stops.
ちょうどいい時間だな。そのまま見ていると面白い光景が見られるぞ。
Interesting. Something odd began to happen around me. Oh my god. The seasons were changing instantly. I was speechless at the trees as the trees around me began changing colors one after the other.
おー、すごいすごい。
葉が一斉に変化を。これはどのような仕組みで？
このメディオと人間界では時の流れがいささか異なっている。春夏秋冬といえば